Hunker down and light it up, because developer extraordinaire Easy Trigger Games has just pulled the pin on Huntdown over time and lobbed it into early access. The original Huntdown was an absolute GOAT in the run-and-gun action platformer genre, and now bounty hunter John Sawyer returns in this prequel, Huntdown Over Time, reinventing itself as an action platformer roguelite, with all the procedurally generated chaos one would hope for, and more. The original Huntdown presented a seedy, hard-boiled, sometimes tongue-in-cheek world of story inspired by 80s and 90s action and crime movies. The story here is told through animated cinematics and in-game dramatizations. The stunning pixel art returns, but as soon as you step into your central hub area, the increased level of detail becomes apparent. Also noticeable is the somewhat darker, edgier tone and color palette, and an even grittier presentation than the original, as we gleefully lay waste to the criminal scum in New Detroit City, a sort of hybrid Mega City 1 from Judge Dredd and Detroit from RoboCop. Mechanically, there are some immediate changes to note. First is that now, instead of having a primary weapon slot to switch between, you have two primary weapons assigned to separate buttons, making it available for a beautiful dance between melee and ranged, or any combination of both.
Should've worn sunscreen.
You maintain a secondary weapon slot for boomerang, grenades, and more, as was the case in the original game. Also new from the jump is the ability to, well, double jump. It's a big surprise, which immediately feels great in your repertoire of traversal tools, along with the dash returning from the first game. Before you know it, you'll be upgrading and modifying these until lightning bolts stream from your boots and you glide through the dark alleyways like a jet-propelled avenging angel from hell. The roguelite loop begins in your hub, where you're zapped back to life by the good Dr. Salazar returning from the first Huntdown. It is at your home base where you'll be able to install permanent upgrades, temporary modifications, and expendable and permanent consumables for the upcoming hunt, where you'll be tasked with clearing an entire zone, including several bounties and bosses in a single run. You'll be given a random selection of starting weapons and travel on your merry way, where the procedurally generated nature takes over. This includes the random map layout, where you'll need to constantly strategize the best path forward, taking into consideration bosses you'll have to face, tempting rewards available, and necessary pit stops for weapons and medical care. When the action begins, you'll be exploring the randomly generated stage layouts, taking out punks while collecting cash and hidden cases of weapons, rewards, and unlockables. The moment-to-moment combat is tight as a drum and very satisfying and fun, building upon the intensity and refinement from the first game. In the first Huntdown, weapons were governed by durability and limited ammo. Now they have changed that formula to be permanent with unlimited ammo and added cooldowns. The result is much less swapping out of weapons as you did in the first game, and a tendency to fall in love with a particular loadout, upgrading and riding with it until the end. It's a different dynamic, which is very satisfying and equally heartbreaking when you suddenly die and lose your beloved butchering toy. Many of the same great weapons return here, but they are now able to be upgraded with explosive rounds, ice, electricity, and more. Also changed is the ability to combo chain melee combat, leading to a much more active attack system. Among the new weapons which shine brightest are the brass knuckles, which dispense a particularly satisfying and impactful onslaught. The sniper rifle, which can now be charged to increase velocity and angle around obstacles. And the cryo mine, which allow you to relive the best part of Terminator 2 ad nauseum. Defensive items like the riot shield mix up the strategy further.
Level up.
Also available for combat are throwing objects. You can rip and toss electrical boxes, creating ponds of fried scum, crush punks under vending machines, bounce tires off the heads of goons, and slam trash cans and more to send gangbangers sailing and bouncing off brick walls, slumping over ledges, and exploding into fleshy chunks. The gory details will bring a smile to your face. Another fun new aspect are random interiors you can explore. When you find doors, you have the option to enter and be surprised by any possible combination of foe and treasure. You can toss furniture about, rip toilets from their mountings, and if you choose, you can even leave a survivor behind to tell your story. You may even be surprised by a bounty who's holding up in the random flop house. Speaking of bounties, these are the main targets of your hunts, and they appear in level randomly as powerful foes with limited attack patterns. An awesome aspect of these lower level bounties is the ability to kill or handcuff them for a greater reward.
Bounty collected.
Cuffing involves a furious session as you try to secure the target before more of their lackeys show up to help. Oftentimes, things can go awry, and you end up running away or killing the target and settling for the smaller payout.
Cuff 'em.
No matter how prepared you are or how confident in your loadout, at any moment in this game, things can get foo-bar fast and send you back to the Dr. Tits Up in a flash.
A new recruit for my target practice lineup!
Then there are mini-boss style bounties who are somewhat more complex, and you must defeat them to advance. These are a lot of fun to replay and experiment with various attack options.
Target acquired. Altitude stable. Mental. Taking hits. Glorious. Whee! I'm flying!
Finally, there's a main boss bounty to the zone, and this very difficult boss with multiple attack waves is what we came to expect from the first Huntdown game. To help along the way, there are weapons shops, self-serve medical facilities, and vending machines with resources. You level up and gain semi-permanent mods, and you can upgrade your mainframe to tweak your build. So far, Huntdown over time is a very intense and high-stakes challenge, which provides so much fun and experimentation in this beautifully dark, pixelated urban wasteland. After the inevitable fine-tuning that comes with early access, this game will stand tall as its predecessor did as one of the all-time great video games. So go on and hunt down.